Hello YouTube, this is my first video in 2 years. I'm doing it on my huge Hogwarts castle layout. So this is the overall view. So this is the overall view. My Hogwarts castle includes Star Wars aspects, so there's a spaceship and a tank and a Ninjago dragon. So yeah, I'll show you the inside. Here is my room requirements. So I split this into two halves, so this half is Dumbledore's army and this half is the room full of junk. So the cabinet would go here, and there's sort of like a robot, next force robot with a gun and an anchor and a chain, and this big flag. There's an alien, and then here would be, well, is where I'm going to put the Half-Blood Prince's book. I haven't put it in there yet, but it's just a book. And the Dumbledore's army's got a Christmas tree, a little box, and a Death Eater that a student could hit and knock him over. So yeah, that's a requirement. And then this bit is Chamber of Secrets. So there's Tom Riddle and Ginny Weasley, the basilisk, and here's the entrance. So this bit was a real set. My room requirement was a custom set. This top half is custom, but the bottom half is a real set. So here's the Trade Federation spaceship. So remove that and take the roof off here. So here's the bathroom to get into the Chamber of Secrets. So there's two cubicle doors and a toilet. And then if you pull this can drop. So if I move this, there's a little pipe, so you drop someone, like say this person, so you stand him on there, pull this, and he goes down there. So yeah, and then it goes back up again. Now this bit is the Chamber of Winged Keys, which I've changed a little bit. So there's the Queen, but this room used to be the chess set bit, but I put the Mirror of Erised in here instead. So there's Harry looking into the mirror, and then there's a red jewel to represent the Philosopher's Stone. So yeah. So this room is Professor Lupin's classroom. So there's spears and potions, and then there's a spiral staircase up to Professor Lupin's office with Professor Lupin and a bar of chocolate. Next floor up has Ron Weasley in the Devil's Snare, so you can fall into it. And then there's a staircase going up to the door. And then here's Fluffy with two Death Eaters. A Gungan with a treasure chest with nothing in it. And then here's just a sword. And then there's a bludger and a wizard flying. Next building is, this was from Lego Batman Arkham Asylum. I haven't changed yet. So I will change it and adapt it, but you push this back and this flies off to a real little prison. So yeah, then the entrance hall. So up here is the attic, where there's a wizard and a stretcher. So you pull this, and the trapdoor opens. So this could be the room, the Professor Shawnee's classroom. And then nothing really on this floor. And on this floor there's a clone walking upstairs, and then there's an ARF trooper down there. Next building is Professor Snape's classroom. So there's a clone on a cauldron with a box of swords, which you could use for cutting up ingredients. A few bottles of Felix Felicis, which I use as yellow gems, and a spider. And then there's the door to get in, a little table with instructions, and a clone with a sword. And there's a potion cabinet which opens, which is full of red snakes, or it could be worms, if you so wanted. And there's a skeleton. And then here's Professor Snape's classroom, which has got a cabinet and several books, and a goblet and a ink and quill here. Up here is Professor McGonagall with lots of keys. So their pictures represent what they are. So this is charms, that one's the owlery, and that one's for potions. So if I put that back in, here's Peter Pettigrew standing next to a safe, which has got a letter in. Here's two guards, which when I first started doing this Hogwarts I thought this would be Voldemort's office, but oh well. Here is Professor Dumbledore's actual office. So here's Professor Dumbledore with his black hand. So this is from the Half-Blood Prince. His desk, chair, and a pensieve, which I think is very cool. And then there's two clones standing up here guarding, and there's a little treasure chest. And then here's the spaceship, the V-wing. On top of here is the snow speeder. So this is the Gryffindor Tower. So in here there's nothing. There's a clone and a squid talking, or sleeping. There's a Gryffindor knight. You can rotate and put something behind him. There's Pole Coon. And then down here is Commander Fox, Captain Fox, and random Gryffindor. And then there's a fireplace in there. And this bit is the Slytherin common room. So there's a pirate Slytherin, Sarge Ventress, and Slytherin Knight, and then a little door that allows them, wall that allows them to get in and out. Now onto the Flitwick's classroom and Hufflepuff common room. So on the top there's a cannon or catapult with a Death Eater and a dwarf, and you can take the roof off by taking these two bricks off. And then here's Flitwick's classroom with a clone with a feather, these floating, and then another student. So there's a chair for Flitwick to sit in and a desk, and here's the entrance. And they've got benches and tables. Then to get to the Hufflepuff bit, you take these two bits out. Take this off. And here's the Hufflepuff common room. So there's a fireplace there, and there's a clone and Commander Cody, and then here's a statue of Helga Hufflepuff. And here's, which I think is really cool, is the painting that allows Hufflepuffs to get in. I know this isn't the official painting, this actually in the books is the entrance to the kitchens, but I think it's cool anyway. Now on to the Ravenclaw Tower. So this is all Ravenclaw Tower. So down here is underground. Here I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with that. Here's the common room with the entrance. Then here is Obi-Wan Kenobi and the clone, the statue of Ravenclaw. Then up here is a telescope, an owl, a lantern, a few flags. There's a close-up view on the entrance. So this rotates with a little raven saying, say, no, you can't come in, or you can nod. So yeah, now onto the Great Hall. So this bit is a real set, bit at the back, and my custom section. So there's a Gryffindor Knight with a banner and Gryffindor students, 2 tables or 2 teachers' chairs, Slytherin Knight and banner and Slytherin students, and then flag for Gryffindor and Ravenclaw and Slytherin and Hufflepuff, and 2 Christmas trees. So if I turn this round, here is the doors, so that you get in, and then here's Hufflepuff Knight with a banner, and Hufflepuff students, there's Hagrid, and Ravenclaw Knight with Ravenclaw students. Here's another section of the Arkham Asylum. So this is all the broom cupboard. And then I haven't adapted this yet, but in the set this is where you put the Riddler. So this is the Riddler. And then here's the Owlery Tower. So down here there's where you come in. And then here's the main Owlery, or main place where the owls go. So there's an owl there, there's another owl there. So it opens up. There's an owl there. And this is just empty space currently, and there's loads of owls on the outside. So this was the Gryffindor Tower from the Prisoner of Azkaban Castle, but I changed it into the Owlery. So this is all of my Hogwarts Castle. So thanks for watching.